Quentin Tarantino. Love him or hate him, you can't ignore him. Over the past 3 decades, he's built a filmography like no other. Bold, violent, stylish, and unforgettable. From bloody revenge sagas to slow-burning westerns and legendary crime stories, every Tarantino movie feels like an event. But which of his films stands above the rest? Today, we're ranking all 10 Tarantino movies from worst to best. Some picks will surprise you, others might spark a debate. But one thing's for sure, every film on this list has left its mark on cinema. If you're a Tarantino fan, or just love great movies, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel for more epic rankings. And if you see the hype button, go ahead and smash it. Let's dive into the world of Tarantino, one film at a time. 10th place. Death Proof, 2007. Death Proof might be Quentin Tarantino's wildest ride through grindhouse homage, a film where style, shocks, and slow burns compete for your attention. The movie introduces stuntman Mike, a former Hollywood double turned psychopathic driver, who rigs his car to be death-proof, but only for himself. He uses it to stalk unsuspecting women through Texas and Tennessee, setting up tense cat-and-mouse chases that build up and then explode in full-throttle action. What's exciting about Death Proof is how Tarantino plays with expectations. The first half leans heavy on character talk, atmosphere, and the weird intimidation of a predator in plain sight. Then the balance shifts. Friendships, daring stunts, revenge flicker in sharp bursts of violence. The movie doesn't hit the highs of some of his masterpieces, but it has raw energy, twisted fun, and some of the most thrilling car chase sequences Tarantino has ever shot. 9th place. The Hateful Eight, 2015. With The Hateful Eight, Tarantino trades fast pacing for icy tension and slow-burn suspense. The entire story takes place in a snowbound cabin where 8 travelers, each harboring secrets, are trapped together during a brutal Wyoming blizzard. What follows is a dangerous game of trust, lies, and simmering violence as the storm outside becomes a reflection of the tension building within. The film features a star-studded cast that includes longtime Tarantino favorite Samuel L. Jackson and an unforgettable Oscar-nominated performance from Jennifer Jason Leigh. With sweeping 70mm visuals, an eerie score by Ennio Morricone, and razor-sharp dialogue that coils like a snake, this is a film that rewards patience. It's less about action and more about atmosphere, suspicion, and the uneasy feeling that something terrible is just around the corner. 8th place. Kill Bill, Volume 2, 2004. Kill Bill Volume 2 shifts away from the explosive energy of the first volume and dives deeper into the emotional core of the story. Tarantino slows things down, trading high-speed sword fights for quiet intensity, philosophical conversations, and raw character moments. It's a film about revenge, yes, but also about love, loss, and reckoning with the past. Uma Thurman once again leads with commanding presence, and the film brings in a mix of familiar faces and genre veterans who ground the story in a mythic, almost Western tone. There's less action this time around, but what it lacks in bloodshed, it makes up for in depth. Tarantino blends influences from kung fu cinema, spaghetti westerns, and classic samurai films into something meditative, haunting, and surprisingly human. It's a thoughtful and satisfying continuation that gives the saga real emotional weight. 7th place. Kill Bill, Volume 1, 2003. Kill Bill Volume 1 is Tarantino at his most stylish and kinetic. From the very first frame, it's clear this film is a love letter to martial arts cinema, Japanese samurai epics, and grindhouse revenge flicks. The story follows a woman on a roaring path of vengeance, cutting through anyone who stands in her way with precision, fury, and grace. The film stars Uma Thurman in one of her most iconic roles and features striking performances from actors deeply rooted in both Hollywood and international cinema. With unforgettable visuals, jaw-dropping fight choreography, and an eclectic soundtrack that pulses with energy, it's pure adrenaline on screen. Tarantino plays with tone and genre like a master, shifting from brutal violence to quiet intensity without missing a beat. It's a bloody ballet of style and emotion, and one of the boldest genre mashups of his career. Sixth place, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, 2019. With Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Tarantino creates a dreamy, sun-soaked tribute to a fading era of show business. Set in 1969 Los Angeles, the film drifts between movie sets, neon-lit streets, and dusty backlots as it follows a fading TV star and his loyal stuntman. Beneath the surface of Hollywood glamour, something darker brews, a sense that the world is changing and not everyone is ready for it. The film brings together two of the biggest names in modern cinema, Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt, delivering magnetic performances that anchor the story with humor, charm, and quiet melancholy. Margot Robbie adds grace and innocence to a portrayal that blends fact and fantasy. The film moves at its own pace, savoring every detail of a city in transition. It's Tarantino's most nostalgic film, filled with affection, tension, and a final act that leaves a lasting impression. Fifth place, Django Unchained, 2012. Django Unchained is Tarantino's bold dive into the Western genre, laced with his signature mix of brutal violence, sharp wit, and moral complexity. Set in the Deep South before the Civil War, the film follows a freedman on a dangerous journey through a world built on cruelty and power. What begins as a rescue mission turns into a roaring quest for justice. Jamie Foxx brings quiet strength to the lead role, while Christoph Waltz delivers a layered, scene-stealing performance that earned him an Academy Award. Leonardo DiCaprio plays against type in a chilling turn, and the film itself is packed with unforgettable moments and bold stylistic choices, with a soundtrack that jumps from spaghetti western to hip-hop, and a tone that shifts from dark satire to explosive action. This is one of Tarantino's most audacious and emotionally charged works. Fourth place, Jackie Brown, 1997. Jackie Brown is one of Tarantino's most mature and understated films, a cool, slow-burn crime story where brains matter more than bullets. The plot revolves around a flight attendant caught between criminals and federal agents, trying to outsmart them both in a high-stakes game of survival. It's a film about aging, desperation, and the quiet power of staying calm under pressure. Pam Grier brings depth and confidence to the title role, reminding audiences why she was a legend long before this film. Robert Forster adds quiet warmth and complexity, earning an Oscar nomination in the process. The cast also includes many familiar Tarantino regulars, but the tone is more restrained than usual. Instead of wild violence, it leans into character, tension, and clever dialogue. With its retro soundtrack and deliberate pacing, this film proves Tarantino doesn't need flash to hit hard. Third place, Inglourious Basterds, 2009. Inglourious Basterds is Tarantino at his most daring, rewriting history with a film that blends war drama, revenge fantasy, and razor-sharp suspense. Set in Nazi-occupied France, it weaves together multiple storylines, from a young woman seeking justice to a brutal special unit hunting enemies with no mercy. Every scene feels like a powder keg waiting to explode. This is one of Tarantino's most gripping films, driven by masterful tension and unforgettable performances. Christoph Waltz delivers a chilling portrayal that earned him international acclaim, commanding attention every time he appears on screen. Brad Pitt adds dark humor and swagger, balancing the film's intensity with moments of absurdity. From candlelit interrogations to explosive finales, every moment is soaked in style and menace. It's clever, shocking, and completely unpredictable. A war film unlike anything you've seen before. Second place, Reservoir Dogs, 1992. With Reservoir Dogs, Tarantino burst onto the scene like a lit match in a gasoline-soaked room. This debut film is stripped down and raw, focusing on the aftermath of a heist gone wrong. But the real story isn't about the crime, it's about the people behind it. As tensions rise in a warehouse hideout, trust begins to crack, and hidden agendas come to light. The film is powered by fierce, unforgettable performances from a cast that includes Harvey Keitel, Tim Roth, Michael Madsen, and Steve Buscemi. Every conversation feels like a loaded weapon, and the non-linear storytelling keeps the audience guessing right up to the final shot. It's violent, yes, but also sharply written, darkly funny, and bursting with personality. Reservoir Dogs laid the foundation for everything that came after, proving that gripping stories don't need big budgets, just bold vision and a voice that won't back down. And in first place is Pulp Fiction, 1994. Pulp Fiction isn't just Tarantino's most famous film. It's a cultural landmark that redefined what movies could be. Told through a series of interwoven stories, the film dances between hitmen, boxers, diners, and chance encounters, all stitched together with unforgettable dialogue and unexpected twists. It doesn't follow the rules, and that's exactly why it works. The cast is packed with Hollywood heavyweights. John Travolta made a legendary comeback. Samuel L. Jackson delivered one of the most iconic performances of his career. Uma Thurman became an instant screen icon, and Bruce Willis brought grit and emotional weight to one of the film's most intense storylines. Every scene feels quotable, every moment charged with energy. The soundtrack is electric, the structure is daring, and the tone flips between hilarious and terrifying in a heartbeat. Pulp Fiction is bold, stylish, and endlessly rewatchable. Decades later, it still feels as fresh and dangerous as the day it hit theaters. And there you have it. All 10 Quentin Tarantino films ranked from worst to best. Whether you agree with the list or think we completely missed the mark, we want to hear from you. Drop your personal ranking in the comments below and let's get the conversation going. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to hit the bell so you never miss a new upload. And hey, if you spotted the hype button, you know what to do. Want to rewatch any of the films we covered? You'll find links to both digital and physical Blu-ray editions down in the description. And if you want to support the channel, get early access to new videos, exclusive discounts on merch, and other behind-the-science perks, consider joining. It's a great way to become part of the community. Speaking of merch, check out our official store for movie-inspired gear and exclusive designs you won't find anywhere else. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next countdown.